After beating the War Priest, all you're going to do to get to the next part is hop through the portal, and you'll be entering the Golgoroth Maze. Or I think it's called Golgoroth Cellar, but whatever, I just call it the maze. It's a maze. There's going to be 4 plates in the maze, and if you jump on those plates in a correct order, which I will show you, it's going to open up a door and you'll be able to get a Moldering Shard chest. So you see here, just follow my path, the very first left that you can take is going to lead to a plate. This plate is number 3, okay? Just remember that. This is the number 3 plate. There's also a Calcified Fragment on the number 3 plate. I will go there in a second. I'm just fast forwarding the content here just to speed it up. We were kind of hanging out here waiting for people. So you head down here to the left, and then you're going to take a left, and the plate is right there. The Calcified Fragment, you just jump up here on the rock in the back. If I can get up here. I don't have it, but that's where it will be. You see my teammate just grabbed it. It will be up in that crack. So this is one plate right here. This is, again, is the number 3 plate. So have one of your teammates hop up on the rocks, make sure they are not on the plate yet. So where I took that initial left, you can also take a right. You were seeing here, I'm running past the T intersection and going to the right. I'm telling one of my teammates to follow me so he can go to the right plate. This plate is number 2. So have somebody set up here as I fall into a hole like a bum. It's pretty dark in here.
Did somebody say darkness?
Bane, get out of here, man. I did not say darkness, I just said dark.
Are you afraid of the dark, Guardian?
Bane, you're garbage. What are you doing here?
I've come for retribution, Mr. Wayne. On behalf of Ra's al Ghul.
That can't be. The League of Shadows is no more. Ra's al Ghul died.
Will you two get the hell out of this video? So anyway, that is the number 2 plate. If you keep heading forward, this is going to lead to the other 2 plates. Friggin' Batman and Bane invading all my raid videos.
Ah, looks like somebody fell in a hole again. Looks to me you might need a flashlight, Guardian.
The night is darkest just before the dawn.
Will you two seriously shut the hell up and get out of here? Okay, let's see if I can make this jump. Let's hope I don't fall into a hole for the 3rd time. Here we go. I'm over the hole. So once you get down here, take a left. And you'll see coming up after you jump over this initial pile of crap right here, there is going to be a pathway on my right. That is heading towards Golgoroth. And I fell in another flippin' hole.
Seems to me...
No, not another word, Bane. Get out of here. So, like I was about to say, right here you'll see in a second, that is towards Golgoroth. That's where you need to end up. There's a door right across from where you would go to Golgoroth. It's kind of hard to see, but this door will open and a chest will be behind it when you enter the correct sequence for the plates. And my apologies, I didn't have any film of going to the number 4 plate, which is the far right of the room. So this is Golgoroth's hallway right there. If you head towards that light, that is the exit. That's to get to the next point. Halfway up this hallway, you're going to be able to take a right. Once you take a right, just go straight, and you'll be able to take another mini right, and there will be a bunch of rocks in front of you. You have to jump over those rocks, and that will be the number 4 plate. Again, make sure that nobody's on the plates yet. So if you continue on past the way to Golgoroth, this is going to take you to the number 1 plate. You see here my teammate, he is hopping up on a little post. You need to hop up on this post. I will show you. And you got to go up into a hole in the door. So this post right here, you will hop on top of that one. And it helps to pull out your ghost. If you pull out your ghost, you can see the hole right there. That hole right there, my teammate, he just jumped onto it. There you go. And then once you get over the hole, you hop down. I'm just going to show you real quick, just so you can see the inside of it, since I actually have footage of it. So you hop up on the little pedestal here, bust out your ghost, so you can see the hole. There you go. You jump up in the hole. Ooh, barely made it. This is plate number 1. This will start the sequence. So to start it, you're just going to have to hop on the plate, and then you will hear a noise, and that's how you know the sequence has started. Plate 2, that is the next plate in the sequence. As you came into the room initially in the video, it was to your right. If looking at it from here, it is the far left corner. They are up next in the sequence. Next up is plate 3. This was the plate where you found the Calcified Fragment. The last plate is that one that I didn't show you, but I told you head to the right. Take a mini right, hop over the rocks. That is the number 4 one. That noise right there tells you that the doors are opening and you've completed this sequence correctly. Again, everybody needs to be off of their plate before you start the sequence, and then go in order like I showed you just there. And then go to your person that's in front of the door. They are your beacon to come to the chest. Once you come to the chest, just take a 180 and head straight. That will take you to Golgoroth for the next part of the raid. You will know if you do the sequence wrong if those noises just continuously go. Here's an example of that. Here's a cool map that I found in Google Images. All credit goes to that guy, left-hand corner's name, Taux. I don't know how you want me to pronounce your name, man, but great map. So you see the entrance, that first left, that's the T I was telling you guys about. So the one where you found the Calcified Fragment, again, just to recap, that is plate 3. If you go to the right at the T, that will lead to plate 2. From 2, you head straight, take a left, then have somebody stand by the chest door just so you have a beacon to come to. Have somebody continue on past that, and then they will jump up on the little pillar like I showed you through the hole, and that is plate number 1. That shows you plate 4. You see how you go halfway up Golgoroth's hallway, you take a right, you take another mini right, and then you jump over those rocks, and that is plate 4. Once everybody has grabbed the chest, from the chest just head straight, and this is going to take you to the next part of the raid, which is Golgoroth. Every single member of the fire team or whoever is there, they need to gather by the door. Once everybody is down here at this door, the door will open and you'll get granted access to Gary's room. Okay, Golgoroth Cellar. Before I go over the different strategies of this fight, we're just going to kind of go over the mechanics. So Golgoroth's a big ass ogre, and you see that orb right in front of me right now. As a team, you'll shoot that orb down. It's going to drop down in this pit area, and Gary's going to come pop out. Do not shoot at the boss at all. Just leave him alone. You are going to split up into 2 teams of 3. 3 of you are going to be on the right side of the room. 3 of you are going to be on the left side of the room. There is cover on both sides of the room, and you will be killing adds. Adds will be coming out of the way back cave area. So you see how there's the little ball, and there's that totem right there? Way behind that. They're going to flow up. I know it's probably a little hard to see, but there are staircases on each side of the totem, the black pillar right there. The adds will run up those stairs and they will flow down the sides of the room towards you. That's why you want 3 on the right side, 3 on the left side, and your goal is to take out adds. Once the adds are all cleared out, this is when you are going to decide what strategy. We'll go over the strategies here in a second. That's when you're going to decide what strategy you want to do. So this is a cover area. This is kind of where I usually hang out. You know, the adds, like I said, they're coming out from back there, and they're going to flow down to you. So you can just shoot them from all the way back here. That's where team of 3 is going to be, and the other team of 3 be over here. And you want to make sure you're behind cover because Gary will shoot at you, and he wrecks, and you don't want to die. You are only allotted 6 deaths. If you die 6 times, it's a wipe. The run's over, you will get killed, and each time a death goes, you'll see it in the middle totem. It will light up with a symbol. While you are clearing out adds, 6 orbs, like the orb you shoot in the middle, are going to spawn. There's front left, front right, middle left, over here, middle right, back left, back right. They're going to look exactly like that orb in the middle. This is a photo of the 6 orbs when they are in play. Once your team shoots an orb down, it's going to have goo on the ground. You step in the goo, and that's going to give you a buff, which is going to allow you to do a ton more extra damage to Golgoroth. So this is where you kind of need to figure out what strategy you want to do. There's a couple different ways you can go about it. You can do the more advanced strategy, which is to do all 6 orbs, or you can do the strategy which I'm going to suggest you do, which is to do only 1 orb. It's a little less hectic doing 1 orb than doing all 6 orbs. Once you decide what you want to do, you need to divide the team up. There's going to be 4 people that go down into the pit and step in the goo and start sniping, and one of those team of the 4, one of them, whoever has the weakest sniper, weakest light level, they are going to run support once you move to the second orb. The other 2 people, they are going to be responsible for capturing Golgoroth's gaze. To capture his gaze, you need to shoot him in his back. I will have clips of all this, just kind of want to explain it before we get into the whole thing. They will be They will basically, their job is to pass the gaze back and forth and also break the next orb up in the sequence that you choose to do. The support player down low, they are killing Cursed Thrall once you move to the second orb, but that support player, they can also help break the next orb you're going to if the people passing the gaze are having a rough time doing that. The players in the pit can also help break the orb as they move to the next one, because you do not have to worry about Gary killing you because his gaze is being capped. All you really have to do is worry about Cursed Thrall when they are coming out, but that's why you have the one support player. He's looking around for Cursed Thrall to keep them off of you while you snipe. Obviously, people in the pit, you can use your supers. Hunters, I would suggest using the bow and arrow, the Robin Hood. You can use Golden Gun if you want with Celestial Nighthawk, but I personally think the Robin Hood is better for this situation. Titans, I would not use a bubble. It's just too chaotic down there to place a bubble. You might cover up the goo or cover up the shooting lane. So I would just use your Thor Hammer. Though if you are up top and capping the gaze, you can use a bubble in that scenario. Warlocks, I would personally use self-res, but that is just me. You can use your lightning if you want to. You can use Void Bomb. It's all up to you. Doesn't matter. So here's just some photos to represent the strategy. These black balls are going to represent the 6 orbs. So you have your 4 people going down in the pit, and you have your 2 people capturing Golgoroth's Grace. I will have all clips of this, but I want to explain it. So you can either go back right, middle right, to front left, to middle left, to back left, going in a circle if you want to shoot the orbs down in that order. Or you can crisscross. You can go front left, to front right, to middle left, to middle right, to back left, to back right. If you were doing the 6 orb strategy, I would suggest the crisscross, but that is just my opinion. If you're doing the crisscross pattern, the blue dots are representing our gaze grabbers, okay? They need to start up the map, past the back orbs. This photo wasn't big enough, but they need to be further up, past the back orbs, so they are able to see Gary's back. The rest of the team, whether you're doing front left or front right, they need to be gathered up by that orb. And if you start shooting the orb a little bit, it's going to turn Gary so the back guys in the back can see his back. Just for example, let's say you're doing the front left first and then doing the crisscross pattern. The people that are going into the pit, they need to start shooting the front left orb so Gary turns his back. As you're about to break that front left orb, the back left guy will take the gaze. Once he takes the gaze, he will run up and position himself in front of that front left orb area, because you need to align Gary up so the people in the goo can snipe his critical spot. So he would move up to the left. While this is happening, the back right gaze grabber, he is going to be shooting the next orb, which would be front right. So the pink dots, they represent the shooters down low in the goo. And for the first orb, everybody in the pit, they can snipe away at Gary. So while you guys are shooting down there, the gaze caller on the bottom left, he's giving out the time call. 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, and that's for the other gaze grabber. The right gaze grabber should be shooting the front right orb as you guys are sniping, and he's giving the call out to try and break it down for these guys. As it's about 5 or so seconds, you need to grab the gaze from the other gaze guy. So shoot Gary in his back. Once that occurs, the gaze flips, and he will then move up to the front right orb, and the people in the pit, they will rotate from front left orb over to front right orb. Once you get to the second orb, like I said, you're going to need that support player to start looking for Cursed Thrall. And as that's happening, the guy on the left side needs to move back up and start working on the second orb, and then get in a position where he's going to be able to see the ogre's back. So that yellow dot, that is the support player. You need to start looking around for Cursed Thrall and call out if one's getting close to help your teammates. And it's just rinse and repeat, and you're going up the line. So here's an actual clip showing you that in action. So for this clip, I'm going to be the gaze grabber on the right side, and we are doing the 6 orb crisscross, starting with front left, going to front right, middle right, back left, back right. Now, 6 orb strategy is a good strategy if you are well coordinated, communicate well. Oh no, don't jump down the pit like I just did. I was going for orbs to get my golden gun. Don't do that. I would not highly suggest not doing that. But you know, the 6 orb strategy, if you can do it, it's awesome. You can deal a buttload of damage to Golgoroth and, you know, have the fight be really, really quick. But there's a lot that can go wrong. You don't pass the gaze in time. You get killed by the shrieker balls that come out of his stomach, which you'll see here in a second in a clip. People down low get killed by the Cursed Thrall. Just a lot can happen. If people die in the pit, wait to revive them when you're capping his gaze, because he won't kill anybody in the pit when you have his gaze capped. So this is just showing you the ad spawning. Like I said earlier, 3 on the right, 3 on the left. Clear out the ads, clear out any cursed thrall that are left behind in the middle before your next run. Once all the ads are dead, go up the bridge area here, try to scout for some ammo, and you'll see here we're doing front left first. So the guys that are going into the pit, they're getting into that front left position, and I am moving down to get Golgoroth to look at me. You see my teammate, the gaze grabber? He's way up there so he can see his back. Once he can see his back, he's telling us shoot the orb, and I'm telling him go ahead and grab it because the orb is about to be broken. Orb's broken. He is rotating up to where the orb is, and while he's doing that and they're sniping, I'm working on the next orb we are going to, which is front right. To grab his gaze, like I said, you need to shoot him in the back, which is this big yellow doughy looking area, and your teammate will give you a countdown when it takes it, about 5 seconds. You see there, I got it, Golgoroth's gaze, 20 seconds, and I'm moving forward to where the orb broke, so the snipers in the pit, they can see his critical spot. I would suggest using a sidearm or a shotgun if you're grabbing gaze. It helps clear out these stupid shrieker balls that can be incredibly annoying to handle. And I'm giving the other guy call out, 20 seconds, 15, 10, 5, and at 5 seconds I'm letting him know, go ahead and start grabbing the gaze. And once he grabs it, I'm working on the next orb. Move up, work on the next orb. Once your teammate, he's like, it's 10 seconds, be in your mind, be ready to start grabbing the gaze. He's telling me 5 seconds, so now I am grabbing the gaze, and now I'm moving down. Ignore the taken that are spawning right now. That's just an extra ripple of the fight once you get his health to about 30%. I'll show that later and explain it later. You're not really going to run into that until the later part of the fight, and that's what your support player's for down there. He'll take care of them just like the cursed Thrall. Once he grabs the gaze, then I am moving back up to work on my last orb, which is back right, and then I will grab the gaze from him, and it's just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. For the player playing support, cursed Thrall are going to come out here down to the left. They're going to come out here down to the right out of those doors, and they're going to come from the cave over there. So if you're running support and cursed Thrall duty, remember, for the first orb, you can shoot Golgoroth, but once you get to the second orb, you have to focus on cursed Thrall. Will be a little downtime with Cursed Thrall, so you might be able to turn around, shoot him a few times with your primary, and then go back to Cursed Thrall duty. This next clip, I'm going to be showing you what it's like to be in the pit sniping Golgoroth and also running Cursed Thrall duty. In this clip set, we are also doing the 6 orb strategy, going from front left, front right, middle left, mid right, back left, back right. Before you do your run of orbs, you have to clear out ads. Like I said, there's going to be 2 waves of acolytes. That kind of lets you know when the ads are about to be winding down. There's 2 waves of adept acolytes with weaker acolytes, and just make sure you take them out because you don't want them to get that X-Men Cyclops eye, because those things can friggin' wreck, because I almost die right there from Golgoroth and a combination of the adepts. So our 2 gaze grabbers are moving up. Everybody else that's going to be in the pit is grabbing ammo and moving down to the front left, because that is the first orb that we are going to do. Our gaze grabber, we're going to start shooting front left until he can see the back. He's saying, hey, I can see the back. We're breaking the orb, and he's grabbing the gaze. The orb breaks. We're jumping in. You got to jump in the goo to get the buff. It is first orb, so I do not have to worry about Cursed Thrall yet. So just shoot him in the stomach as much as you can with your sniper. Use your super if need be. Use machine gun, use rockets, whatever you want to use. I would suggest using a sword, because when the taken come out, that is super helpful to take them out quickly. So Cursed Thrall are coming. I see them coming. I'm shooting golden gun real quick, and I'm going to turn around to handle Cursed Thrall. So I'm letting my teammates know I have Cursed Thrall. You guys snipe him. You guys snipe him. Cursed Thrall, there's a little delay in time, so you're not too overrun. We're moving to the next orb that has not been killed yet, and our teammate let us know. So us on the ground, this is when it gets dangerous, when an orb isn't broken and you're trying to do that and kill Cursed Thrall. So Cursed Thrall, you got to have your head on a swivel. They're going to be spawning out of those 3 areas like I showed you, front left, front right, and back in the cave area. So you see here, killing Cursed Thrall, and your teammates can also help out too on transition if there's any Cursed Thrall around. I know there's going to be a little delay, so I can get a few sniper shots off, and then I can go back to Cursed Thrall duty. And it's just rinse and repeat, and how many runs you're going to need. If you're doing the 6 orb and you're getting all 6 orbs, you're more than likely only going to need 2 runs to kill Golgoroth. Now, we're moving across. Just a side note here, if somebody does not capture his gaze, you have got to get out of the pit, or else you're going to get wrecked by Golgoroth. If one of them dies while having the gaze, the same thing will happen it will be failed to capture the gaze, and you need to leave. So gaze grabbers. See, I jumped out of the pit because one of the gaze grabbers died, and I didn't know our other gaze one got it. He said, no, dude, I got it. We're fine. Go back in. But if the gaze grabber dies, you have got to get out of the pit. So here you go. We're just finishing it up, and he's going to tell us at about 5 seconds, he's going to say, okay, start getting out of the pit. Start getting out of the pit because you're not passing the gaze anymore because all 6 orbs are done. Once that happens, it's rinse and repeat. You're going to be killing ads. If he's at about 30% health, the ads are going to be taken, and you can go back into the pit a little bit quicker than when it's the acolytes and Thrall and crap. So here we go. I just skipped ahead in the fight. We're going for our second run. We're doing front left again, all 6 orbs. But in this sequence, we're going to take him to about 30% health, and then Taken are going to come out. And just, I want to show you what that's kind of like. A little bit easier than Cursed Thrall, but there's going to be a lot more of them. And that's why I want you to use your heavy sword if you're running support. Though, if you don't like using your sword, you'd rather have Truth or Machine Gun, then that's perfectly fine. So here come the Taken. You can hear by the noise the Taken make. I know I'm talking over it, but you guys are familiar. So right here, I'm trying to shoot him, and then I'm like, dude, what am I doing? Get out my friggin' sword and just hack like a maniac, ninjas all over the place, and I'm just kind of swording Gary for fun, just dicking around. So the Thrall will also, the Taken, they will also spill up to your gaze grabbers, so you might need to jump up there for half a second every once in a while if you are running support, because they might need help while they are shooting the orb down. It's just tough job for them to have to be dealing with the gaze and also shooting the Thrall leaking up the steps. Cursed Thrall will not leak up the steps, only Taken will. So I'm almost out of sword, and you see here, you can communicate with teammates. I'm letting him know, hey, I'm really low on sword. Can you take over support role? You see here in a second, I'm out of sword. I'm letting them know. I have no more sword ammo. Somebody needs to take over my Taken support role because I'm not going to be able to kill them quick enough with my primary. It's way easier with a sword, and I have plenty of sniper guys, so I can switch with whoever has it. And I'm not in the goo. The goo is over a little bit. You got to make sure you're in the goo. You saw I was only doing 5,700 damage. Oh, we have to get out because our teammate died, the gaze grabber. But I was only doing 5,700 out of the goo, and then I was doing like 75,000 in the goo. And you see there, he's at a sliver. And that was after 2 runs, and we didn't get all 6 orbs. So you can kill him in 2 runs. Hell, I'm sure some people now have probably killed him in 1 run of 6 orbs if they're all like 307 light. Now I'm going to be showing you the 1 orb strategy that I think is a better strategy and the one that you should use because it's simplistic, it's much less hectic, and it is easier for lower light level teams, because when you're doing the 6 orb strategy, the people that are having to pass the buff, they're having to shoot the shrieker balls. If you are a low light level person, 290, dude, if you get hit by like 2 shrieker balls, you're done. You're going to die. Those things wreck. So it's just an easier strategy for lower light level teams. Granted, it takes longer. There is a chance that you might take him to enrage if you are low light levels. So you might want to do, see how many orbs you can get. Maybe you can get 3 or 4 orbs on your first run and then move to the 1 orb strategy. It's just figuring out what you have and then picking the 2 strategies I laid out for you and deciding which one you want to do. Hey, I'm all good and for it if you want to do the 6 orb strategy. I've done the 6 orb strategy many a times, but from now on, I'm just going to be doing the 1 orb strategy. It's easier, it's simplistic, people don't really die. My teammate was AFK and dancing, and that's why he got wrecked, and I just think it's just easier. But hey, that's just my opinion, guys. It doesn't mean it's right. If you like one strategy better, run that. If you see a different strategy that you like better than you see that I laid out in this video, then use that. It doesn't matter, man. Whatever is going to allow you guys to beat it, get gear, and move on to the next part of the raid, I want you guys to use that strategy. I would personally do the 1 orb strategy, but that's just me. So we're just doing what you always do. And I'm going to switch up some perks here because I had my agility maxed out for the jumping section and forgot to switch it back to armor. So this is what you're going to be doing. Just like in every other run. You're taking out ads on the right, taking out ads on the left. But the difference with this is you're only doing 1 orb. So the back gaze grabber, he is going to take the gaze so we can get set up and take down front left orb or whatever orb, front left or front right, whatever one you want to do. So he's going to take the gaze so Golgoroth is turned around. Just took the gaze, Golgoroth's turned around. They're working on front left, and then I'm going to take the gaze, and then he is going to run down into the pit and snipe. And you have 20 seconds to snipe. And I'm calling it out. 20, 15, 10, and at about 5 seconds, I'm letting them know, okay, start getting out, start getting out. So you have 5 people shooting, though you're only doing 1 orb, and you're not going to have to worry about Cursed Thrall. Now, once they jump out of the pit, Cursed Thrall are going to be spawned down there, so you need to throw some nades. You need to focus on taking those Cursed Thrall out before your next run, because you don't want to hop down there and have them all over the place. That's going to screw everything up. I'm going to fast forward here, guys. I think you guys are smart. You guys understand the strategy. I know it's a little complicated, and this video was extremely long and probably overly detailed. I probably should have just shown you the 1 orb strategy and just suggested doing that, but I wanted to show the multiple strategies because I'm sure some of you want to do the 6 orbs. So all we're doing is clearing out ads. Same thing, clearing out ads. Now we're getting set up. Gaze grabber, he's going to grab his gaze so we can get all set up. And this is like I said earlier, once you grab the gaze, it's fine to hop in and get a revive. So I'm telling him to break front left. I will take his gaze. I take his gaze. The other gaze grabber is going to hop down into the pit, and I'm giving them a countdown. 15 seconds. Then once it gets to 10 seconds. I'm just letting them know. And you see, we're doing quite a bit of damage for only doing 1 orb. Granted, we're all at about 295 and above, but even if you're not 295, you're still going to be able to do a lot of damage, guys, especially with your snipers. Titans, even if you want to, you can. I know I kind of suggested not doing the bubble, but if you set the bubble up back towards like the Cursed Thrall door a little bit and have Helm of Saint 14 on, you can kind of just have your teammates dip in that Weapons of Light, dip up, since you're only doing 1 orb. And so you can do that, Titans, if you want to make up for maybe not having as much firepower. I'm going to fast forward here, guys. This is just ads again. Same thing, rinse and repeat. Once you go down, do the 1 orb, jump back out. There will also be Cursed Thrall again, just a reminder of that. So if there are some down there, just look around for them, toss nades, take them out. You don't want them roaming around down there when your team jumps down. Once all the ads are down, again, they should be dropping a decent amount of ammo. There will be times, though, when you're low on sniper, so just use your primary if need be, or you can always switch positions with somebody. If they have sniper, like somebody could always come and be my position, or vice versa type of a thing. And you see here, this is only our 3rd orb, and he's past half health. He's probably at about 35%, I would say, just, eyeballing it. So, yeah, okay, about 30%. Here come the Taken. And they're a little bit different of an enemy. They're going to spawn all down in the pit, and then they're going to take forever to leak up the steps. So you might want to push up. You see how my teammate on the right and my teammate on the left, they are way pushed up. Two or three of them are pushed up there on the left to take out the Taken a little bit quicker. Though you are going to be able to kill them quicker and get back into the pit quicker, which is nice about the Taken. You're not going to have any Cyclops eyeball shooters. And since you're only doing 1 orb, when the Taken spawn in the pit, I don't really think you need to have a designated person to run support and to start shooting Taken, because you're only going to be down there for like 15 seconds and shooting, so you can take a couple swipes and then jump out, as I die right here. So you see, I think I'm 297 light. Shrieker Balls wreck, alright? So if you're about 290, you're going to take like 3 of them, you're going to be done. I took, I think, 4 and got killed. And I was kind of trying to help throw nades down in the pit, because nobody was running support duty, just because we were doing 1 orb type of a thing. Again, same thing, guys. So we've only done 4 orbs, and he's almost dead. He should die on this 5th orb. And just a little recap here as we head into the last orb before we get the kill, at least I think. He grabbed the gaze, we popped the front left orb, I grabbed the gaze, the other gaze guy is coming down into the pit. Taken again will be spawning. I would just kind of ignore them. You're only down there for about 15 seconds shooting. They shouldn't kill anybody, though you might need that support guy to turn around and shoot a few that are on top of you. They could be messing up your sniper shots as well. So just kind of play it by ear, make a call out, and we don't kill him somehow. He's got a friggin' baby sliver. I don't know how we didn't kill him, but that's alright. So just continue, rinse and repeat, guys. I think you guys get it. You're smart. Take out the Taken, and we're going to run it again. And here's going to be an example of why you do not shoot the boss until you are ready, because somebody's going to accidentally take his gaze, and we were not ready. We had not capped ammo or anything like that. So I'm going to run up here and take it back so that person doesn't die, because they have no idea what they're doing. And I'm letting my teammate know, just take my spot and I will take your spot. I'm letting him know 12 seconds, 10 seconds. I'm telling him to go ahead and take it, pop the bubble. Bubble is popped, and now I am going to move up, so I am taking his position of where it was, and I will finish it off here. He's at like a sliver. We're only going to have to shoot him like once or twice. And he's done. There you go. Hopefully he drops something good for you guys. I really hope he does. I've gotten juked by him. I did get some boots, which was nice. And make sure to get up in his body. Get up in his guts. Because sometimes he's got some stuff hidden up in there and you can't really see it. So I got some boots. Bumped me up to 299 on my Warlock, which is nice. Okay, so next up, we're going to go get another Calcified Fragment, another jumping puzzle, another Calcified Fragment, a possible exotic chest. Supposedly it's an exotic chest. I've never seen anything drop besides like heavy packs and moldering shards and whatnot. So you go through the cave where ads were spawning, come up here as we're kind of waiting for everybody. Everybody's kind of taking their sweet time here. And once you get through this room, you're going to head to the left, and this is taking you to the Calcified Fragment. This is not the way to go. Just hop up here on this rock, and there's the Calcified Fragment. After grabbing the Calcified Fragment, hop on down, and just go straight. If you're coming into the room, how we went left to the Calcified Fragment, you take a right, and just keep to the right. Keep to the right. Just run to the right, and it's going to take us to the next jumping puzzle. Also another Calcified Fragment, and the chest, like I mentioned, that supposedly you can get an exotic from, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything. So the next Calcified Fragment is right down there. You see it in the right-hand corner. So what you need to do is you just need to hop down to this platform, wait for the piston to go, and then go on the other side. So wait for it to go, run on the other side, and grab it, and just hang out. Just sit here. You can run back if you want to, but you have a good opportunity to get launched. Wait for it to go again, and then just move on past it. Once you get that Calcified Fragment, just keep moving forward. Use the left side here. Use these platforms, and just wait for the pistons to go. It's really not that difficult, and then just run past. Just plan out your path. So right here, there's going to be 3 or 4 pistons. I think it's 4. Just wait for the first one to go, and then we can run. Yeah, it's 4 of them. So there's a plate right here on the left. And that plate right here, if you stand on it, will build a bridge to that platform to my left. But before we do that, you want to go up to this room right there, because up in that room is the chest. So this plate builds to that plate, then that plate builds platforms to that plate over there. If you step on all 3 plates at the same time, it will lock all the platforms in between them so everybody can go across. So make sure to do that after you grab the chest. So let's go grab the chest first though. So you need to jump to that platform right there, this little outcrop. And once you get set up on here, just turn around and you're going to pull out your ghost, and the invisible platforms are going to show up here in front of you. Just hop on there to that. Move carefully up and then pull out your ghost again. There's going to be another invisible platform. If they're in a whole team of 6, I'm just showing you this by myself. Go one at a time. This little platform up here is not going to be able to hold a bunch of people. So just let people go one at a time. Then you're going to hop up to here. Pull out your ghost one more time. There's going to be a little platform. Hop onto that and then turn right around. And there's the room right there. Again, go one at a time. There's no rush to get up here. Supposedly you can get exotics from this chest. Again, I've not seen any exotics drop. You will get a moldering shard, or you might get 2 moldering shards if I don't really remember. Heavy packs, primary packs, and glimmer, motes of light, maybe strange coins or whatnot. So after everybody's getting the chest, send one person over to that plate on my left. Send one person to this plate. And again, like I said, once you're on the plate, platforms are going to appear to the next plate. And then once you do this, you'll have a third person go hop on those to the third plate, and then it will lock all the platforms into place to create a whole bridge for everybody to be able to use. So you'll see that here. I'm on the first plate. We have a teammate on the second plate, and a third teammate is going to use the platforms to go to the third plate. So once he gets on the third plate, if we're all on the plates together, it's going to lock those platforms so they're no longer invisible, and you can just go at... I forgot that I got launched here. Yeah, you got to be careful on this plate. Man, this jumping part's actually pretty fun, watching your teammates just get absolutely catapulted across the room. But you see there, the platforms, they're no longer invisible. They're locked into place. I'm going to fast forward here, guys. I think you get the idea. I'm jumping from the second plate to the third plate. And just follow a little train, third plate over to this area, and then you just got to work your way up. Use the platforms, just time the pillars. I think I die here. I get launched by a pillar trying to make a jump coming up. So just try and time the pillars. You have to jump up here. I get launched on that one. I get wrecked. But yeah, so you just got to keep working your way up. It's not too bad. Just work your way up the wall. And if you get, 1 or 2 people up here and everybody else has already gotten the chest, you can just have people leave if they don't really want to finish the jumping part. And then once everybody gets up here, the door is going to open. Then you're just going to move forward, and then you're going to have to do one little more jumping exercise to take you up to the Daughters of Oryx. And this is where I'm going to end this part 3, hopefully to get that out in the next few days. That's going to be the Daughters of Oryx, and then obviously finish it with Oryx himself. But anyway, hope this video was helpful, guys. I really do. Thanks for watching if you stuck around for the whole thing. I know I went into probably an absurd amount of detail on the Golgoroth fight, but, you know, hey, I like to go into a lot of detail for you guys to help you kind of flesh out the strategies that I use. And, you know, obviously, the strategies I use are not the end-all, be-all. If you find other strategies, guys, that work better for you, then use those. Whatever it's going to take to help you get it done. And, yeah, good luck on smashing on Gary. Once you get up here, once all the teammates make it up, a door is going to open, and it's going to take you out to the final arena for the Daughters of Oryx and Oryx, which will be continued in part 3. Oh, I get trapped in the door. My teammate bailed on me. What a bum. Have a good day, guys. See ya.